London, Australia, Abu Dhabi to participate in international conferences. We are fortunate enough to have you here and expect a lot to learn throughout the session. On behalf of SASIT, I am grateful to you for accepting our invitation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your brief introduction. Is it audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Right. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizer to invite me to deliver an expert lecture and to interact with the participant about the research work which we have carried out in the field of latent heat storage unit using fission material. So first I would like to share my PPT. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, you can see.
So is it fine? PPT is visible now. Am I right?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Fine. So I will talk today on the thermal performance of latent heat storage unit, which are as such used in solar application. Not as such in the mainly in the solar application, this such type of energy storage unit can be used in many applications. I will discuss that few of the applications here. And then how we can use such system in the solar applications and what are the drawbacks and how we can enhance this particular system. That will be my main focus in this particular talk. So let's do some discuss some introductory part. That World Energy Outlook has reported that India and China will contribute more than 50% of energy growth or energy demand by 2035 on current trends, which require the significant augmentation in energy resources. However, this resource augmentation and the growth in energy supply have failed to meet this ever increasing energy demand due to multiple populations and rapid urbanizations. Thus, for developing country like India, the uses of solar energy is essential to meet such energy demand because India is located in a tropical region. You can see in the near the Surat city various small scale industry like textile, chemicals, sugar and other processing industries that requires continuous supply of constant temperature hot water in the range of 70 to 90 degrees centigrade. And that can be possible with the use of solar flat collector or the parabolic collector. However, to meet such requirement during other than sunshine period of the day, a thermal storage unit needs to be developed. The energy storage may be in two ways, rather in sensible heat storage and the latent heat storage, or both, combination of both. Sensible heat storage is mostly widely used in the solar application, but major drawback of sensible heat storage unit is it requires a large volume, especially when the temperature swing is very small. At the same time, this latent heat storage unit, it has the capacity to store the large amount of heat in the form of latent heat at a constant temperature. So this latent heat storage unit using the fission material, it is called PCM, is nowadays a promising means of this thermal energy storage applications. I will give you one example here. Suppose in case of a solar water heater, how we store the solar energy. We store the solar energy in the form of heat as such in a water only. Fine. So suppose let us say initial temperature of water 30 degree and this water temperature goes to about 70 degrees. So how much amount of energy is stored? This energy is stored in the form of sensible heat storage. So per kg of water mCp delta T. So that means per kg. So that means m is 1 and Cp 4.186 and 70 to 30 degrees. So that means per kg this much kilojoule of energy we can store in case of water. But suppose if I will use any phase change material which has a melting temperature in near about this, let us say I will use paraffin wax. This paraffin wax has a melting temperature is about 57 to 62 degrees centigrade. It has a latent heat of 135 kilojoule per kg, and these are their properties. So how much amount of energy it can store if I will use paraffin wax as energy storage medium? Condition remains same. Initially it is 30 degrees centigrade. So from 30 to let us say this is 58 degrees centigrade, it is going to melt at 58 degrees centigrade. So from 30 degree to 58 degrees centigrade, that is its onset temperature, then it will start to melt as such. So from 30 to 58 degree, it stores the energy in the form of sensible heat. It's a solid at 30 degree. Obvious, this paraffin wax is in solid phase. So the temperature of this solid wax is going to be increased. And once it reaches at 58 degrees centigrade, then it starts to melt as such. Fine. So initially it will store the sensible heat, solid sensible heat. That means Cp delta T. Cp, that is what? Cp of wax of solid. So that is 2350 plus 58 minus 30. Oh, okay. Here I will take 61 is its melting temperature. Anyway, fine. So 61 is I have considered as a melting temperature. So 2.35 kilojoule per kg. 61 minus 30 because I have considered 61 it's its melting temperature. Then after what happens? Now it starts to melt. Once it starts to melt, it receives the latent heat. And as it receives the latent heat, its temperature remains constant. Once that PCM completely melted, then after again, means it completely melts at 61 degrees centigrade. Then after what? Again its temperature should be raised to 70 degrees. So that means from 70 to 61, this is again it stores the sensible heat, liquid sensible heat. So again it is Cp delta T. So Cp of now it should be the liquid, that is 3.25, 70 minus 61. So it will store now per kg 237.1 kilojoule. That means 42% more energy we can store per kg here if I will use this phase change material. This is the beauty of using the phase change material as an energy storage. Suppose let us say I will use the stearic acid instead of this one. So depending on this property, now here you can see again here I consider this 61 is its melting temperature, and then I will use this specific heat. Here the latent heat is higher. So the one which has a higher latent heat, it will store the more energy within the same temperature swing. So kilojoule per kg this much kilojoule of, that means what? 63% more energy stored. Is it clear? Fine. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Because I cannot see you, so it look like I'm just speaking in front of wall. That's it. That's it.
So
Anyway,
actually, sir, it's feel like is a one way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If it is so, then I will anyway leave it. Otherwise, इसका भी कोई मतलब नहीं रहेगा if I will show you my cam also. Anyway, leave it. Please, if you have any doubt in between, then please tell me. We will discuss that point. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Fine. Now, what is exactly phase-change material? PCM is, that means any material. You can use any material, but whose melting temperature in between this its operating range. Fine. And it has a comparatively higher latent heat. That is, heat of fusion is to be high. So that will consider as a phase-change material. Even water is considered as a phase-change material if provided it will use in low temperature applications. Where we use 0 degree is my operating temperature. So then I can use low temperature application. Water can I can use as a phase-change material. Fine. So phase-change material are majorly three types. One is organic, another one is inorganic, and the eutectic. Then organic is the two types again, paraffin, non-paraffin. Our fatty acids lies in the non-paraffin, glycol, ester, alcohol. This is also a non-paraffin. Paraffin wax is our most popular phase-change material. If we are talking about inorganic materials, that salt hydrides are the most favorable phase-change material as far as inorganic PCM is concerned. But here, phase segregation is the major issue in case of the salt hydride. So nowadays, people only are looking for the organic PCMs. Yes, it's a metallic PCM also. That means what? There is some type of wax, material which is going to be milled. Okay, that metal which is going to be milled within our operating range. Okay, maybe in case of solar cooker, such type of high temperature application, such type of phase-change material we can use. Another one is that is eutectic type phase-change material, where the combination of two or the same one, means organic, inorganic, or inorganic type of materials, called as a compound as such, but not compound. Here it is called as a eutectic type phase-change material. What are the applications as such? Yes, here the major application, before I will show you this one, first I will discuss this one, this part 4. Because here, majorly these PCM can be used as an energy storage medium. Fine. Here I can use the PCM as an energy storage medium. Where? Because what happens in case of power plant and the boilers, what we observe that this energy which is below 100 degrees centigrade is normally wasted, like in case of flue gas also. If such type of energy is stored in PCMs, and then that energy can be further utilized to preheat the water and preheat the air, so that the amount of fuel which is used that can be minimized. Okay, recently we visited one textile unit, where we observed that these process water as such, that is dyeing process, this color water which has a temperature about 80-85 degrees centigrade, that is going to be waste. If such energy, if I can utilize, if I store, and then this energy I can utilize to preheat the air, water. Okay, so the amount of fuel which is required, they use the coal as a that fuel in the boiler. Okay, so that amount of fuel can be minimized. So such a type of system we can use here in case of boilers, power plants, even in case of automobile also, because we see that the gas in the tailpipe, okay, that has a high temperature. So if I use the PCM at that portion also, okay, this will maintain this catalytic converter at my design temperature. Okay, so that will reduce this excessive hydrocarbon emission. In case of solar water heater also, suppose if I will use the PCMs, I put the PCMs into this solar water drum or cell. Okay, it is encapsulated as such, encapsulated in a ball or in cylinder, and then it's a packed PCM as such, and then that particular PCM is I put in the cell or the drum. Okay, what happens initially, because at the very high solar radiation in the noon, it's also take the temperature, it also takes the heat, so PCM gets melted. After sunshine hour, what happens? After sunshine hours, what happens, that PCM which is there in the water, it starts to freeze. And once it starts to freeze, then what happens? It releases the heat. Once it starts to freezing, during the freezing process, what happens? That latent heat is liberated. Okay, so that means it releases its heat which is stored. And as it releases the heat to the store, that heat taken up by the what? Water. That heat will be taken up by the water, so that this will ensure the hot water availability after sunshine also. Okay, so that way here the PCM can be used as energy storage. But sometimes this fission material can also use as insulation also. Like in case of shelters, telecom shelters. What we observe that in case of telecom shelters, the switch, battery, SMPS, these are the main source of heat in the cabinet, and which requires at desired temperature. It should be maintained as such. So at that time, such type of PCM, this PCM is filled in this bucket, jacket. Okay, so that is called the battery jacket. Here, yes, I just forgot to tell you that the thing that we discussed in the previous slide, that PCM which is used as an energy storage, that is also called as a thermal battery. It is called as a thermal battery. Fine. So there it is used because what happens, that energy is stored. Thermal energy is stored, and that can be utilized when it is required. Fine. That's why it is called the battery. So this is called the thermal battery. So that's why here also it is written as the battery jacket, where the energy is stored. And this is the PCM which is filled here, and this PCM keeps the battery at the desired temperature. Even when the internal temperature of this shelter, where this SMPS and the battery are located, its temperature is very drastic. Okay. Another thing is what? So that another thing is what, this PCM can be used in transportation of biopharmaceuticals or food, pottery, milk product, chemical, okay, which are done in a controlled low temperature container. Here you can see that PCMs are mounted here. These are the PCMs, okay. Here in polystyrene foam box, this PCM is filled. So that's why here what happens, this PCM acts now as the insulation. Because what happens, outside the temperature is high. Okay, then there is a heat transfer first between the PCM and outer. Let us say I will consider as our this diesel operated AC1. Suppose in the diesel operated AC1, if there is a layer of the wax or PCM, if we provide the layer of the PCM over this van cabinet, fine, what happens? So what happens? The outside temperature is very high, and as the outside temperature is very, initially what happens, there is a heat transfer between this PCM. So PCM starts to melt. Once it starts to melt, what happens? It will take the heat, but its temperature remains constant. And as its temperature remains constant, the heat is not going to penetrate inside the cabin. Just PCM takes the heat. That's it. It takes the heat in the form of latent heat. Heat लेता रहेगा, but heat अंदर नहीं जाएगा. And heat is not penetrating to the cabin, so that means its temperature remains constant. That's why the load which is used, heat load used by this cabinet is drastically reduced. It is drastically reduced. Okay, so that way we can use the fashion material in transportation also. And here I can say that this PCM is used as insulation. as the insulation. So that way PCM here in cold storage, that we have already discussed. In the cold storage also same way we can use PCM. Nowadays we can see in our refrigerator also one plastic bottle is given, and there the PCM is filled as such. Okay, so that is if it is said that if there is a power failure, then that ice remain as it is because of such type of PCM which is filled as such. Facing material can also use in the construction material. Here you can see that in this case on the ceiling there is a bio PCM mat. The PCM mat is here. So inside this there is a PCM. The PCM is filled here. So what happens here? Okay, if I use the facing material, that means it increases the thermal inertia, which reduce the diurnal temperature variation, and thus we can have the control temperature within this room. And one of my PhD students are working on this case, and this is his graph here. You can see, suppose if I ought not use the facing material inside the room, what is the temperature for 2 days? Sorry. Here you can see this is the for 2 days, continuous 2 days. What we observe that minimum temperature that is below 25, let it be 24, and here the temperature reaches to 45 degrees centigrade, about 44 as such. Fine. But if I use the PCM here like this, okay, just like our false ceiling, what we observe here in this case, now you can see what is the highest temperature, that is 36 degrees. It is 36 degree, and here 44, that means about 8 degree, 7.05. This much delta T that we observe here. 7 degree drop without any active system, without any AC, we can observe. Now the temperature is only 36. If the temperature is only 36, the amount of heat load which is required, so I can use here 1 ton AC instead of 1.5 ton AC. So that way, I can this PCM can be useful to save the energy. Okay. Now there are another many applications, like it can be used in electronics, it can be used in textile also, fabric also. Sometimes you can observe when the cricketers playing in the hot region, then they put a scarf on their neck. As that scarf is with the facing material. Okay, so that scarf is with the so that way also, even soldier which is there in the cold region, they also have a jacket with the facing material. Okay. In catering also, greenhouse, there are a number of applications where the thermal management is required. We can use the facing material. Okay. So now our main topic is how I can use the solar application. So I have 2-3 applications where I have used the facing material, and this is the live application. One of my BTech students group which is working on this solar steel. Okay. So what we just now we observe that how what is the performance of solar steel with the use of facing material. So that's why we procure the 2 solar steel here. You can observe there are 2 solar steel in order to compare with the same heat ambient conditions, climatic conditions. Okay. And initially what we observe, yes, we have to at least see that both these solar steel should have same productivity, same performance. Okay, so this is conventional solar steel 1 and conventional solar steel 2. Both has almost same readings, and this is at the another day. So the day 2, even we observe for 2 days, we will see that yes. So that means its repeatability is ensured now. And then I will we use the facing material. Here we use the paraffin wax, even which has a melting temperature is about 45 to 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, and that PCM is encapsulated in this black painted solar, this steel container here, and then we put this type of steel in this solar steel, and what we observe here at the day one, this is my conventional solar steel, and what we observe that within at 10 p.m. It starts to steady state. So no yield which is produced, fresh water which is produced, that is reduced as such. The rate of production of this fresh water is reduced after 10 p.m. But what happens with the PCMs? Solar steel, sorry, conventional solar steel, which has a PCM. So his production rate is increasing. Initially, this is same as such. There is no change here. But after that, once the sunshine hour is over, such sunsets, okay, and then after this rate of production is decreased. That is not obvious. But here in this case of PCM, it will increase. So total productivity here is let us say, yes, it is 3.1 liter that we observe here with the solar steel with the PCM, and here it is only 2.4 44 liter that we observe. So another thing what we did here that is very interesting here, in case of solar steel, there are two things are most important. That is, the first one, the water is going to be evaporated very high, and at the same time condensation is also required. Condensation, higher condensation rate is also required. So how we will do this? Because during this high solar radiation, the temperature of the glass is also increases. So as the temperature of glass increases, the rate of condensation is decreased. So after that, what we did here, we after every 1 hour and I think half an hour, we sprayed the water over the glass. So the glass, the temperature is cooled. Okay, and then what we observe with the PCM and the cooling, both effect. After every half an hour, we sprayed the water on the glass, and then its temperature is reduced, so it will increase the condensation rate, and we use the phase material also. And if you do this, then what we observe, this there is a 38.55% higher rate compared to this conventional solar here. Okay, so this will be good. Now here there are number of options you can use here. We use here the only 5 containers. So main thing is what here, how much amount of PCM I should use. If I use more number of PCM, this is performed on 2018. Now the recent batch has done. They use the U type copper tube. Okay, and then this use the U type tubes are there, and they need to use in this solar steel five tubes there. Okay, so it up to you. I said how we can use the PCM, what type of PCM use. Here we use the paraffin wax. We can use another PCMs also, and then we can compare what is the performance of the solar steel. Okay, and then we can compare also. Yeah, but just now we discussed in different application we use the fashion material, and this is the way this much percentage we enhance, 38% enhancement we observed. But the practical utilization of this latent heat storage unit is limited. हम PCM को हम ज़्यादा application में नहीं देख पा रहे recently. What is the reason as such? So there are, yes, it is correct, the practical use of latent heat storage is limited because of the number of problems associated with the application of PCM that are listed here. This is low thermal conductivity of PCM, thermal stability of PCM, phase segregation, volume change, subcooling, and high cost. But the major one is the first one, that is the lower thermal conductivity. And due to this lower thermal conductivity of PCM, the rate of phase change process is not as the expected supply is. Thus, the adequate amount of energy may be available, but the system may not be used at the required rate. This is the first. And the second important thing is what? This is the stability of PCM. So PCM used in the system should be thermally stable for long-term performance of latent heat unit. Its thermophysical property, especially latent heat and the melting point, should not be deteriorated after a repeated number of thermal cycles. Thermal cycle means, that means what? Because in a one day it starts to melt, and after that it is going to be freeze. So this is one cycle. Then after next day again it starts to melt and freeze. So melt, freeze, that is one thermal cycle, two thermal cycles, second, third, fourth, and that way if it starts to melt, freeze, it may possible that its property is going to be deteriorate after number of thermal cycles. So that we have to ensure how many thermal cycles, after how many thermal cycles its property is going to be deteriorated. This will decide its life. We are not going to change an PCM, or at least up to that thermal cycle. So we have to check the thermal stability about minimum 3000 cycles. Minimum 3000 cycles. Minimum 3000 cycles. If it is 1000 cycle means what? How many? It's 3 years. 1000 cycle, that means it's 3 years. And if I say 3000, that is near about 9 to 10 years. Okay. So after 10 years, 9-10 years, that property is not going to be deteriorated. Fine. So we can use this type of PCM. Okay. So that's why here, what is the first area in such type of application? First, appropriate selection of operating geometric parameters and the PCM. What should be the geometry? What should be the operating condition? What should be the flow rate? What should be the temperature? Okay, and at the same time, what should be the appropriate PCM for the given application? This is the major thing. We cannot use any PCM for any applications. No, we have to select the PCM at an appropriate level, right? Another thing is what we have to know the in-depth understanding of the thermophysics associated with the phase change process in the PCM. This is required to augment the performance of the system. And another thing, how we augment, what are the means? Because we just now see that the main drawback of the PCM is the lower thermal conductivity. So how we increase the thermal conductivity, that exactly restrict the widespread utilization of the conductor. So these are the main thing if you are deal with this such type of application. The first one is selection of PCM, selection of geometrical operating parameter. Another one is the thermophysics associated with the phase change that you should know, and then how we can enhance the performance of this system. So for that, let us say, as our topic is the latent heat storage unit for solar application, so I consider one latent heat storage unit that can be used for solar water heater. So this is one silent tube type storage tank. Here you can see this is the silent tube type model which has tube bundles. Okay, here the cell is filled with the PCM, while the heat transfer fluid, maybe water as such, STF, it is called the heat transfer fluid, it is STF, flows through the tube. And what you observe here, around each tube, in the container, an imaginary boundary condition, imaginary boundary, that is dashed line, you can observe here, that can be hypothesis. Why? Because each tube will exchange the heat, here from the tube, the hot fluid is passed. Around this tube is surrounded by the PCM. So what happens? Each tube will exchange the heat to this surrounded PCM, and within this boundary layer, ये ट्यूब यहाँ से यहाँ जाएगा. ये ट्यूब में heat is transferred from this to this. Okay, so this much PCM was only affected, not this one. Because of this tube, this PCM will not affected. Only this much PCM is affected. So that's why here a single tube with hypothetical domain here that we observe here. So that means most of the cases, instead of such type of huge tank, people are analyze this such type of single tube, that is tube-in tube or silent tube storage, rather than to analyze the complete storage. Here only we use this single tube and this single cell type of this storage unit. Okay, so that's why we also use this type of system, that is the tube-in-tube heat exchanger. Okay, through the tube the hot fluid will pass, and which is surrounded by the PCM. So we developed an experimental setup for this, and here you can see that is the schematic of that experimental setup. This is my test section here. This is the tube-in-tube heat exchanger. This is the tube through which the hot fluid will pass. This green portion, that is filled with the PCMs. The annulus is filled with the PCM, and this is insulation. This is the insulation. Now here you can see that there are two circuits. One is the charging process, and this is for discharging process, or we can say this is for melting process, and this is for solidification process. Initially what happens? Initially what happens that the hot water from this constant temperature hot bath, that hot water is pumped and it is passes through this thermometer, and that is passed through this tube. Okay, so the heat is transferred from this water to the PCM. So PCM starts to melt. Once as it starts to melt, it stores the energy. During the melting process, it stores the energy. Once the PCM completely melted here, these two walls are closed off, and these two walls are open. So what happened now? Here the cold water, which is again recirculated through this. As the cold fluid will pass here, then what happens here? There is a liquid PCM because it is going to be completely melted. So this hot molten PCM is transferred the heat to this cold water. So that PCM starts to freeze. It starts to solidify. Okay, and it releases its latent heat, and thus the temperature of water at this exit is increased. Okay, so how it behaves for that? What is the temperature distribution? That case we develop such type of experimental setup, and here, yes, this is the cell. Okay, and this is my brass tube through which the heat transfer fluid is flowing. Okay, and in between these two, the PCMs are filled. Okay, yeah, and this is my actual setup. Here you can see. Now to facilitate the temperature measurement at outer surface of the inner tube, this is at this point, and PCM temperature at the middle, and the inner surface of the outer tube, three thermocouples are embedded at the same points like this. This is used to measure the outer surface temperature here, and this is at the middle one, and this will measure the temperature near the outer cell. So this type of thermoprop which is inserted at one side. In order to ensure the uniform temperature on the radial direction, so three thermocouples, such type of three thermoprops are also located at equally spaced, that is 120 degrees. So total 9 thermocouples are provided. Total 9 thermocouples are provided on the same peripheral. And such type of 9 thermocouples are provided different axial location also. At 5 different axial locations. That is 9 into 5, 45. Total 45 thermocouples are used to see how the temperature of this PCM varies. Okay, fine. Two temperatures probes are also I have used here in this case. Yeah, here in order to measure the STF inlet outlet temperatures, we have two thermocouples. Rotameter is also used to measure the mass flow rate of the flow rate. Okay, we use the data logger also here. So after 30 minutes, after every 5 minutes, we measure the temperature. It is recorded. Fine. So this is the way. As at first, we have to liquefy the patient material, and then we pour this liquid PCM inside this cell in the annulus between the two tubes, and then we have to wait once the PCM is completely solidified. As such, as the next day we should start the experiments. Okay. Then after I will start my experiments once the PCM is completely fixed. So what we observe as such, before what we observe, what we think as such, how the PCM is going to be solidified or liquefied. Okay, so क्या हो सकता है? So what we think at during the melting process, the hot water here you can see the hot water is passed through the STF pipe. Initially, sensible heat of the water. Initially, the sensible heat of the water is transferred to the solid PCM. As the temperature of the solid PCM is increased. Temperature of the solid PCM is increased up to its onset temperature, up to its melting temperatures. And this process is observed faster. This process is observed faster because of there is a large temperature potential, or we can say large temperature gradient between this hot STF and the solid PCM. ये दोनों के बीच का टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होगा तो जल्दी हीट ट्रांसफर हो जाएगा. That means the temperature is increased drastically. Fine. Once it reaches at TM, during the melting of the PCM, the temperature remains constant. Here, the temperature remains constant, and after it gets completely melted, the temperature of PCM is again increased. Temperature of PCM is again increased. ये हमारा belief है, that we believe, but actually what happens? This is the temperature variation of the PCM. Temperature variation of the PCM near this STF tube at the flow inlet temperature 55 degrees centigrade, mass flow rate of 5 LPM. Okay, so this is the temperature variation of the PCM at TA, TB, TC, and TD at this location. Right? So it's the average temperature at this radial location. Okay, so what we observe here? So it is observed that the temperature of PCM is increased initially, obvious, and this is due to the higher temperature gradient between STF and the solid PCM. It is also noted that the temperature of PCM at the bottom of the test unit, that is section C and D, is higher. Section C and D, that is higher than that at the section A and B. Obvious, because the hot fluid will pass from bottom to top. Hot fluid will pass from bottom to top, so that the temperature of the PCM at section even though the hot fluid is passed from the bottom to bottom of the station. And this may be due to the natural circulation of this melted PCM. This is due to the once this PCM start to melt, and then the natural circulation of PCM will start, so the hot molten PCM rises to top, and that's why the temperature of the PCM will increase.
Wait for the 5 minutes. It will be sharing technical problems.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There is an internet connection loss as such.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel like the same.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, 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 yes. When it happens, but when it happens,
I think before
I
before
suddenly
before
just ask, is it okay?
sir, before 5 minutes.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Before five
Before
minutes.
5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I have
okay,
actually
okay. Sorry,
called. I
sorry.
have tried to call you, sir, also, but unfortunately, your phone is
Yeah, but
switch off.
no, no, it is not switch up. But I just delete. I think that someone is called me from the hostel
Okay.
section. So I just
Yes, yes, sir.
okay. Anyway, sorry, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Let me share and where we are. Okay. Can you tell me where?
Yes, sir. This
Hello.
one. Yes, sir. This
This
slide.
one.
Yes.
Anyway, anyway. Uh, Fine. So now here, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So now here what we observe as such, how the PCM is made, what we observe here, you can see that initially both the temperature, PCM temperature is increasing. As the PCM temperature increases, that means what? Obviously, because there is a hot water is passed through this way. So the temperature of PCM is increased. That is true. Another thing is what we observe, PCM, which is at section C and D, this temperature is higher than the PCM at the upper section, that is at section A and B. Okay, and that we observe because of, and that is true because the hot fluid will pass from bottom to top. It is but obvious. But what happens here after 1 hour, the PCM temperature of the PCM at section A is increased drastically. What is the reason here? What should be the reason? Because this is due to the natural convection. Because PCM starts to melt here, and once PCM starts to melt here, the hot molten PCM rises to top. So due to this natural convection, the temperature of the PCM is increased drastically rather than the PCM which is at section C and D. Though the hot fluid will pass from bottom to top. This is important things that you have to keep in mind. And at the same time, what we observe here, at the same time, the temperature of PCM at section C and D here, uh, it reaches at its onset temperature. It reaches at its onset temperature. That means what? It's melting temperature. So PCM is also start to melt at the bottom here. This is only due to conduction mode of heat transfer, and at the top, this is due to the natural convection. Okay, I will show you here. This figure shows the axial temperature variation of PCM with the time during the melting temperature. You can see here the temperature is almost constant. Initially, obvious because the PCM now is at solid state. Then what happens? Now, after 1.5 hours, you can see here, after 1.5 hours, temperature of PCM at the section E is reaches at 58 degrees centigrade, while this temperature is about below 40 degrees centigrade, and here the temperature is, yes, it is temperature is somewhat increased, okay, about 42, 43 degrees centigrade. Fine. But after half an hour, what happens? दो घंटे के बाद what we observe here, the temperature of PCM at the top is reaches to at 74. Suddenly within 30 minutes that temperature is reaches 74 degrees centigrade, and still the temperature of the PCM which is at bottom, it has a temperature of only 58 degrees centigrade.
Now, please, all participants, sir will join it in a few minutes because of there is a power failure. So wait for that.
Hello, I'm here now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, there is a power failure here. So now I'm using hotspot, so I don't think so there is a problem now. Okay. Now I will share. हाँ सर, बहुत बहुत Hello, is
Yes,
it
sir.
visible?
Yes, sir. Process is going on.
PPT is visible?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Should I zoom it? Fine.
Yes, sir.
I will quickly finish this. Fine. So here, this is very difficult here. Anyway, my idea is what here, the male front, this is moves in conical shape from top to bottom. Here, this is important that melting, during the melting process, the natural convection is dominant. Natural convection is dominant. While what happens in the solidification process? Now, in the case of solidification process, what happens? See, this is initially at 80 degrees centigrade. Fine, 80-85 degrees centigrade. And then what happens now? The cold fluid will pass. Once the cold fluid will pass, what we observe here, the initial temperature is reduced drastically, obvious, because there is a higher temperature potential. Once it reaches its freezing point, thereafter, the rate of change of decreasing order is reduced, because what happens now, it starts to solidify. Once it starts to solidify, it releases the heat. Once it releases the heat, that means this temperature drop is reduced. This temperature, once it is completely solidified, then after the temperature is continuously reduced. Fine. So another thing what we observe that from this axial condition, that is, now you can see here, this is my initial condition. Initial condition यहाँ पे same नहीं होगा. क्यों सेम नहीं होगा? स्ट्रेट लाइन जस्ट लाइक इन अवर केस मेल्टिंग पॉइंट यहाँ पे सेम था, बट यहाँ पे सेम नहीं है. दिस इज बट ऑब्वियस बिकॉज हियर दिस इज अ हॉट मेल्टेड पीसीएम, and it is initially when it is hot melted PCM, due to stratification, temperature of PCM at top is somewhat higher than the temperature of PCM at the lowest. So this is due to stratification. The same temperature नहीं हो सकता है. Fine. But when we start from the cold water during solidification process, okay, what happens? You can see the temperature of PCM, which is at section B, C, D, is almost same. So it is almost parallel. But the temperature of PCM at section D is somewhat reduced. Fine. It is but obvious because the cold fluid will pass from bottom. So here, what we observe that this is moving parallelly. The meaning is that here it is conduction mode of heat transfer. Here PCM solidified only due to conduction mode of heat transfer, while in case of melting, PCM melts in liquid in a natural convection. These are two things that is you just keep in mind. Fine. This is very important when you are dealing with the fission material. See what happens now here. Another thing is what? Suppose in case of solidification process. In case of solidification process, what happens? Once the PCM, I should open my. Yeah. So what happens here? During this solidification process, what happens? This liquid PCM solidifies near this tube, near the tube, and once cold fluid continuous passes, the solid portion, solid PCM, the thickness of the solid PCM is increased around this tube. This is tube. I think you can see my hand now. Hello? Hello? Yeah. So here you can see that here this is the tube through which the fluid is passed. And around this tube, now there is a liquid PCM. If the cold fluid will pass here, you can see my chem, when you pass the cold fluid, so PCM around this, it starts to freeze. So there is a solid layer around the tube. Fine. When it starts to continue, then the layer thickness of this layer is going to be increased. And at the same time, इस side क्या है? Liquid PCM. So as this thickness of the solid layer PCM is increased, it creates what? It increases this resistance, thermal resistance. It increases the thermal resistance, and which slow down the rate of heat transfer. So this slow down the rate of heat transfer. Is it clear? Fine. Hello. Vipul ji. Mr. Piyush Patel. Am I audible? Hello. I think yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is very important. How we enhance this heat transfer. How we can enhance. Okay. So there are number of ways we can enhance the heat transfer. That is, first, enhancement of heat transfer is due to this its orientation with the use of pins, multiple PCM, or we enhance thermal conductivity. Means there are two ways. One is enhance the heat transfer process, and another one is to increase the thermal conductivity. Okay. So the first one, let us say how we can enhance in case of the orientation. Because you can see that in case of melting process, the PCM melts due to natural convection. As due to natural convection is there, then orientation plays important role. See here, you can I will show you this. Can you see this? Now PCM starts to melt. You can see here. Here, this is 3D numerical simulations. Now you can see the PCM starts to melt. So initially what happens? The half of the this is what at different section. मतलब ये PCM now hot fluid will pass in this line. Now if it is the horizontal one, so PCM which is surrounded by this tube, initially half of the PCM is made very fast. Half of the made very fast because of the natural convection. Then after what happens when the PCM reaches at here up to this? Can you see my cursor over here?
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what happens then after? Again I will repeat this. मैं पीछे का कुछ skip कर दूंगा. Don't worry. This is main thing. Now what happens here? See, this is going to be melted faster. But once half of the PCM melts, then after what happens now see here what happens after this. After this, the rate of melting of PCM is reduced. What should be the reason? Because of what happens now here, this is the solid PCM. Over this is the melted PCM. The hot PCM is top, नीचे lower है. उसका मतलब क्या हो गया? Now this PCM melts due to the conduction mode of heat transfer only. Because surrounds the insulation, only top is hot. So when the top portion is hotted one, then the PCM melts only due to the conduction mode of heat transfer. So half of the PCM melts very fast due to natural convection, but then after half portion of this PCM melts due to only conduction mode of heat transfer. That's why it takes time because the thermal conductivity of this PCM is lower. Okay, now suppose, but if it is vertical, now if it is vertical, then what happens? Now here this travel distance is higher. Travel distance of the liquid PCM is higher compared to this one. यहाँ पे सिर्फ इतना ही था from this to this. इसलिए जल्दी melt हो जाता था. So half तो melt हो गया. But then after here what happens? Because this becomes now conduction mode of heat transfer. Now this PCM melts due to conduction mode of heat. Here the PCM completely melts due to the convection mode of heat transfer only, not conduction. इस तरह से वो, and you can see here now this is conical shape. It is like this way, conical shape. This way. Okay, so this orientation also affects, and that's why we also made one experimental setup where this state section can be tilted at different angles also. At 0 degree that means horizontal, then 15, then 30, 45, 60, 75 and 90 degree. That way I can rotate this complete state section, and then what we observe here, I will quickly finish here. You can see at 0, 15, 13 different inclination angles. You can see what is the stored energy at different time. So here this is at 0 degree. Initially 10 degree, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. वहां तक तो इसमें जल्दी मेल्ट हो जाता है. जल्दी स्टोर होना, that means it melts faster. As it melts faster, that means what? It stores the more energy. Fine. So here this melts faster up to 60 minutes. Then what happens? After 160 minutes, after 120 minutes, see here, now this is increased, this one is increased. Because what happens up to 60 minutes or 100 minutes, what happens? The half portion of this latent heat storage unit is melts. Now the PCM melts due to conduction mode of heat. That's why this is reduced now. The rate of heat transfer is reduced in case of horizontal one. But in case of 45 degree centigrade, 45 degree inclination angle, now the stored energy is increased. Okay, so what we conclude here you can see this is at 90 degree, this is at 0 degree and 45 degree. Okay, for 1 LPM, this is at 2 LPM. So what we observe here, so the total melting time required for 0 degrees 340 degrees, that means in horizontal case. In vertical, this is 327 minutes. Okay, this much minutes is required to completely melt in case of vertical. So vertical में जल्दी हो जाता है rather than the horizontal one. But in compared to this two, if the inclination angle is 45 degree, then 289 minutes is required. So that means here what we observe here, 45 if the inclination angle is higher, then it takes minimum time to melt the PCM. Another thing is what? See here, what we observe in case of horizontal half of the portion in case of horizontal latent heat storage unit is melted very fast. Only the thing is what? The lower portion. If you enhance this lower portion, then compared to 45, this horizontal one gives the best answer. So our target is what? How to enhance this lower portion in case of horizontal LHS. So we use this three combination. One is eccentric one. So इसको भी मैंने नीचे ले लिया. This test unit is at center one. Now if I will do this way, so what happens now? This much PCM melt faster, only this much is remain. So I think here we can get the higher heat transfer rate compared to that one. Next क्या? In this case, we rotate whole this test unit. Okay, with certain RPM. Here we 0.1 RPM से हमने इसको rotate किया. This complete unit. Okay, and another thing, we use the multitude. Now just keep in mind here, the mass of PCM here in all four cases remains same. We are not changing the mass of mass of PCM. Even we are not changing the heat transfer area also. यहाँ पे जितना heat transfer area that remains same because the same tubes are there. Okay, here the same tubes are there, so heat transfer area is same. Here this is 28 mm diameter. We use the two tubes with having a 14 mm diameter. So heat transfer remains same, mass of PCM same. Then still here we observe a different result for these different 4 cases. What is the result? Let's see. This is the for simple latent heat storage unit up to 1060. Yes, हमने देखा था. At 100 minutes, what we observe that the half of the PCM is completely melted, and then after 120 minutes, now the PCM melt due to conduction mode of heat transfer. So that's why it will take time. This will take time to melt. Okay. Now suppose if it is an eccentric one, if it is eccentric one, so yes, we observe that compared to this one, simple element, this will give the better result than this. If I rotate this one, that means here what we observe, it's a uniform heat transfer. Yes, this one is uniform heat transfer occurs because now I am going to rotate whole the heat exchangers. And if I rotate whole the heat exchanger, heat test section, that means it is not like this कि भाई ऊपर यही direction में upper direction में जाएगा नहीं. Now it will go down. So that is a uniform heat transfer. Uniform heat transfer. So this will give the best result compared to these two. Okay. And the third one, yes, it is in case of multiple tube. Here still I can observe some of the solid PCM still there. So as far as melting is concerned, rotating LHSU will give the best result. Then after second number will be the eccentric LHSU, and then this one. And then. Is it okay? Clear? हाँ है ना आप लोग? Okay.
Sir.
Yeah. But this is only for melting process. But we have to see both the cases, melting as well as solidification. What happens in case of solidification, dear? Now, this is in case of solidification, simple LHSU. It's a tube in tube heat exchanger. And it's a horizontal one. What happens? Obvious, the liquid PCM, which is a higher temperature, that means due to stratification, it will rises up. So this portion takes time. Please. Okay. Okay. So this occurs only due to heat transfer. Only this liquid PCM outside this one. That liquid PCM, if it is high temperature, so that it rises. Now, if it is eccentric LHSU. Now, if I use this eccentric LHSU, what happens then? Now, the cold fluid only pass through this way. So, heat number this way. So, this portion is higher than this one. So, now, eccentric latent heat storage unit is not beneficial as far as solidification is concerned. This much liquid PCM still remaining to freeze. Okay, but what about rotating LHSU? Yes, this is the correct option. Okay, because here this will freeze here faster than this simple latent heat storage unit. And if I use this multiple tubes, here also I can say some of the PCM liquid PCM still there to me. Because here is so heat transfer from this to this is higher. So here I can say rotating heat latent heat unit gives 47.75% enhancement in melting and 4% enhancement in solidification. While in other cases solidification takes much time, so this is poorer than the simple latent heat storage. Then the fins. Yeah, I will skip this one. But when you use the fins as such, when you use the fins, again there is a question arises Does the presence of fin give the appreciable performance enhancement? Because in the case of melting process, natural convection is dominant, while in case of solidification process, conduction mode of heat transfer is dominant. So with the use of fin, just like अभी अभी हमने जो देखा कि भाई melting process तो enhance हो रहा है, but solidification नहीं हो रहा है. So if I use the fin, whether these fins enhance the melting process as well as the solidification both, that we have to check. That we have to check. For that we have another test setup, and then we do some experimentation on this such type of fin arrangement. And what we observe here, this is the melting time with the without fin and the with fin. That means 19% here decrement in the melting time is observed in case of melting. Okay, and if we increase the mass flow rate, here the percentage decrement is observed, but this decrement is almost same. Okay, so 22% decrement हो रहा है, decrement in the case of melting with the use of fin. What about in solidification? Yeah, solidification here we observe here. See this. What we observe? There is no change with the mass flow rate. Mass flow rate, if I increase 2, 3, 4, 5, there is no significant change in the temperature distribution. With this is this with fin, this is without. Yes, but time taken to freeze the PCM at 35 degrees centigrade is reduced by 43.6%. With the use of fin, solidification here is also reduced. Solidification time is also reduced. So this is here, the use of fin is beneficial. Use of fin is beneficial because its melting time is also reduced and it reduces solidification also. Okay, fine. This is the experimental setup that we developed here in our laboratory to see how this PCM melts. Okay, so see here, you can see this is stearic acid that we use, and as I told you, it melts like conical shape. It melts like conical shape. See here, it is just like a conical shape. This way it melts. This way it melts. Fine. We develop our own code. In C++, and we validated our results with the experimental results that we perform in our laboratory only. Okay, and it is quite match. Fine. And here also we use the fin also. ये fin का भी experiment हमने किया था. Yeah, here we use the fins, and what we observe here. If I use the fins, okay, see what happens here. Now the heat is transferred through these fins, and as the heat is transferred through the fins, so this PCM is also going to be melted. The PCM is also going to be melted faster than the previous one. But here what happens? See here, this PCM melts and it goes up. But here, when it goes up, then it has to travel in this direction, in the fin direction. Okay, you can see the arrow also. It has to travel in this direction, then from these, and then this way. Here, due to these fins, again it is going to be melted, so the PCM goes up, and then here it has to travel this way. That's why this PCM melts faster. But once this is faster, up to this, what happens? There is no fins. And as here there is no fins, then it will again take the time. This will take the time. This we match here our numerical results also. Okay, it is approximately matched. It is quite matched. Fine. Then we use this metal matrix also. Metal form. It is called the metal form, which was purchased from Germany, and that metal form with having a 97 porosity. Okay, and we use this also to increase the thermal conductivity. So what happens here? You can see. This is our experiment results. Now what happens here? The PCM melts like this. Here you can see this conical shape. You can see here this conical shape. Okay. Now I will skip. But what happens then? See here. Which one is better? Rather use fins or metal form? So what happens here? You please see here, melting time. Yes, in case of melting time, if it is pure PCM, it has melting time 360 minutes. If you spin 180 minutes. But if I use melting metal form, it is 300 minutes. For melting time, it requires larger time than the film. What should be the reason? What is the reason here? What is the reason here? Here what happens now, the metal form I use, then the PCM which is here now, it only melts. That PCM melts only due to conduction mode of heat transfer. There is no convection. Here there is no convection as such. PCM melts majorly. There is a convection, but majorly because this restricts the natural convection. This restricts the natural convection. As it restricts the natural convection, that means here PCM melts due to only the conduction mode of heat transfer, and that's why here you can see. Yes. Sorry. Yes, you can see this figure. This is pure PCM, and this is with the fins and metal. See here. Pure PCM में क्या हो रहा है? Due to natural convection, this PCM melts faster. PCM melts faster at the top. Only this portion is not going to be melt faster because of this is due to conduction mode of heat transfer. This is due to conduction. This should be enhanced. But if I will use the metal form, what happens here? What happens after 5,000 seconds? देखो 5,000 seconds ये यहाँ तक आ गया, but ये सिर्फ यहाँ तक ही है. इतना मेल्ट हो गया है, but ये यहाँ. Yes, but here you can observe that this is going to be enhanced. Yes, it is enhanced. This is enhanced because of this metal form. This is due to the metal form. Okay, so here एक बहुत अच्छा सा एक यहाँ पे हम लोग एक conclusion पे आने वाले हैं. So please pay attention here. I know it's time now. I have to finish, but yes, please give me 10-15 minutes more. And because this in between this sudden power failure, so that flow not remain same. So I'm sorry for that. Anyway, but what happens here now? So see the solidification case. In case of solidification time, this pure PCM required this much minute, fin is required this much minute, but metal form has solidification time is lowest time. So total cycle time, the complete thermal cycle time, this plus this plus this plus. So if I will see now in case of total cycle time, yes, then metal form is better. Metal form is better. Because the solidification time is drastically reduced, because solidification happens only due to conduction mode of heat, and natural melting occurs only due to natural convection. Okay, so still if I want to further enhance, how I can. Okay, so for that I use the constructal theory. I just skip all these things. I will just use what is constructal theory. And that is proposed by Dejan. What this indicates, or it represents the improvisation of heat transfer ability at position where local temperature gradient is maximum. Removal of fin at position with the minimum local temperature gradient. नहीं समझ में आया, छोड़ दो, मुझे पता है नहीं समझ में आया. Now here you can see here. That is the taproot and Fabre's root. What happens? Where we can find taproot? Where we can find in case of rice, we use the taproot. Okay, and if you are a farmer, and then you can see that in case of rice, it requires more amount of water. So when there is a higher amount of water at the surface of the soil, then you can find the plant having a taproot. But if the groundwater level is below this soil level, then you can find this. Sorry. This is fibrous root, and here you can use this taproot. Sorry. This is fibrous root, and this is taproot. So जहाँ पे पानी नहीं है ना, वहाँ पे that root goes down to the soil level. But if the sufficient amount of water is there, then the roots is fibrous one. So here also the same way I can use the fin. यहाँ पे पानी उसको चाहिए तो पानी चाहिए तो बहुत जगह पे पानी है तो ऊपर से ही पानी है तो रूट पानी लेने वाला है तो फिर अंदर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, टैप रूट की जरूरत नहीं है. बट हियर देयर इज नो वाटर. फाइन. So to take the water, it has a branches and that branches to the below the groundwater level. ये यहाँ पे टैप रूट होगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे पानी है ही नहीं. Same funda we can apply in case of heat transfer. When we use the local heat flux transport, higher local heat transport, then we can use the fins. See here now. In this case, this is my base case. Fine, pure PCM. This is my PCM. Here I use the heat transfer surface area. This is insulated one. So now the PCM melts like this. PCM melt like due to natural convection. Now what you can see here, this is, let us say, 85-degree temperature. So what is the temperature drop here? What is the temperature drop here and what is the temperature drop here? Where the temperature drop is higher, can you please tell me where the temperature drop is higher, at top or at bottom? Can you please tell me where the temperature drop is higher, at top or at bottom? Here this is at 85 degrees centigrade. Here at 85 degrees centigrade. Can anyone please tell me? Oh, bye. Yeah. Please, anyone please tell me?
Maybe sir, top.
Yeah. Higher temperature drop. That means here the temperature drop is higher, obvious. And here the temperature drop is low. Here the temperature drop is low. So where there is a higher temperature drop, that means here the heat potential, heat transfer or heat flux required less. Here there is a low temperature gradient. That means here the higher heat flux is required. And higher heat flux is required. That means here we have to use fin rather than here. Better to use fin here rather than at the top. If I use the fin, there are two drawbacks. The first one is what? If I use any metal, any heat transfer enhancer in this case, so mass of PCM reduced because I am using fins. Compared to this pure PCM, if I use the fins, then there is a mass of fins increase, and as the mass of fin increase, the mass of PCM reduce, and as the mass of PCM reduce, the energy storage capacity is reduced. This is one drawback. So we have to use the minimum fins. Another thing is what? If I use the fins, that means it restricts my natural convection. And if it restricts the natural convection, so this is not good as such. This is not good. So that's why what we did here, see there is 3 fins. I reduced the fin length. So the length of fins at the top, we reduced about 75%. Here at 50%. Or यहाँ पे as it is renewable. So density of fin is reduced by 50%. 50% fin capacity density हमने reduce कर दिया. Now what we observe? See here. This is my melt front. This is at 10 minutes. This is 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. This is at 60 minutes. So after 70 minutes, this much PCM is melt. और इतना बाकी है. It is like this. This is at 100 minutes. Up to 100 minutes, this much PCM is melt and only this much PCM is removed. What happens here? This is at case 1. What happens here? Still, I can observe that at 100 minutes, almost same amount of PCM is made. Almost same amount of PCM is made. So this is good. And here reducing the length of fin, reducing the density of the fin, so that the mass of PCM is also increases. As the mass of PCM increases, still here the melting rate in both the cases is almost same. And this is only due to here the natural convection. This restrict my natural convection जो आपका मतलब flow जा रहा है यहाँ से from bottom to top. This will restrict this fin length restrict. So this is the constructal theory that we apply here. And here you can optimize. It is not like this कि भाई मैंने इतना ही किया. I can optimize this. This analysis, this is further required some analysis. Optimization is still required here in this case. It is not necessary that here let us say only 25% of fin are there, 50% are in there. You can further reduce this one. Even you can still reduce the position of the fins. This is my position. I will reduce the position of the fins. Change करो नीचे जाओ और जाओ क्योंकि मुझे तो नीचे fin चाहिए, not at the top one. करो. Yes, we observe here. If we go down below, then we can have a higher heat transfer rate. Higher heat transfer rate. Okay. So here what we conclude that the fin configuration is identified here based on my constructal theory. Elimination on reduction in the volume of the fin at the top and middle portion of angle does not change the overall melting rate significantly. And repositioning of the fin also improves the conduction heat transfer at the bottom. That's in here the optimization is still required. I'm telling you again, some of you come forward and do some optimization here, and what should be my minimum location, what should be my typical length of the fin. This study is still required. Okay, ये अभी तक किसी ने नहीं किया है. इसके बाद हमने कुछ और ये भी किया था कि if we fill the PCM in different configuration, okay, if I fill the PCM in a sphere or in a cube or in a triangle, having the same dimension and the same amount of volume, which configuration will be better? Which configuration will give the highest heat transfer rate? In which configuration the PCM melts faster? Okay, so what we observe here through the visualization and through the numerical analysis also, okay, what we observe that the triangle fin, sorry, not triangle fin, but triangle case shape container melt faster than the cubical and the spherical, than the cubical and the spherical. Even the solidification time, so total time required less in case of triangle shaped container rather than this. Because of what? Because of what? Because this slantage, this helps to enhance the natural convection. This slantage will enhance the natural convection. Okay, so I think so here I just want to stop here. I hope it is clear. This is one-way discussion, so I'm always avoid one-way discussion, but here I cannot help you in that case, and due to the fluctuation 2 times there is a problem, so I'm sorry for that, for the interruption. If you have any doubt or any query, let me know. We will discuss that particular point.
Any question from the participants? If you have any question, then you can raise.
Please.
So I think, sir, there will be no any question from the participant side.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and sir, really it is very difficult to attend this session after the lunch. You know very well also, but it is really very interesting session that you share with us with the good examples and real examples. So really it is very nice information. So thank you so much, Dr. Manish Rathod, sir. for giving such a wonderful expert talk. Again, I would like to thank you for sparing your valuable time among us. So thank you, sir, again.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And all dear participants, we will meet tomorrow on the same link at sharp 10 o'clock. So thank you again. Now you can leave the meeting. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Yes.